Shabbat Shalom, Happy Chanukah, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with a Beth Israel Rabbi. Unfortunately, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen incidents of both hatred and ignorance in the world. Locally, for example, over the last week and a half, we saw a principal of a school, of a public school, who refused to allow Hanukkah decorations or for children to participate in a meaningful way in the holiday celebration about Hanukkah because she suggested that Hanukkah was a holiday that celebrated religious events and Christmas was a cultural holiday. Eventually, thankfully, the school board of Vancouver acquiesced and allowed the students to celebrate Hanukkah and to put up Hanukkah decorations the way that they should have been allowed to begin with. And it was because of two particular students and their parents and the community that gathered around them and rallied that they were able to do this. Secondly, last week, we also saw an incident of a few students from UBC who were at a counter-protest, at a protest that was an anti-Israel protest, the students had put up an Israeli flag, and one of the protesters grabbed the flag out of their hand, the Israeli flag, and burnt the flag in a sign of hatred. It's very sad and very upsetting. And in fact, personally, I remember once being at Temple Shalom when there was a JNF event, and I was walking outside the synagogue, and I personally encountered real hatred and a feeling of insecurity by protesters who were outside the synagogue. And last week, we also saw an example of extreme ignorance when the wife of the individual who was running for Senate in Alabama said, I like Jews, I know Jews, and my proof of this is the fact that I have a Jewish lawyer. Of course, this may sound absurd to us that someone claims that they're not an anti-Semite because they have a Jewish lawyer. But unfortunately, there are people in the world who would make such a claim. At a time like this, I believe we need Hanukkah. Hanukkah, which is a holiday of lights. Hanukkah is a time in which we as a Jewish people can bring light into this world. In the Talmud, we learn about Hanukkah. And it tells us the story about the candles, the oil lasting for 8 days. The oil that was supposed to have lasted for only one night, lasting for 8 days, bringing light into this world for a full 8 days. From there, some of us suggest that is why we have the mitzvah, Persumat Nes, the mitzvah of advertising the miracle being the light. Others suggest, no, that actually it's a miracle of the few over the many, that we as a Jewish people, that the Maccabees succeeded in freeing our land of Israel from the Assyrian Seleucid Empire. I would suggest that no matter what the miracle may be, that over the holiday of Hanukkah, it is important for us to celebrate the light, important for us to bring the light into the world. In the Torah, God promises Abraham that we as a Jewish people will be so numerous that we'll be like the sand of the world. We know that that's not a reality, that we are only about 17 million people in a world of over 7 billion people. But honestly, it's not about our numbers. It's about what we do in this world. It's about how we bring light into this world. It's about how we bring the message of Hanukkah, of our ability to rid this world of ignorance and hatred. Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah.